Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today. And today, the Buffalo Bills assigned Chase Claypool, wide receiver, tight end, whatever you want to call him, because last year it was a terrible year for Chase Claypool. He played 3 games with the Bears, 51 receiving yards with 4 receptions, 1 touchdown. Got cut by them or traded to the Dolphins, and played 9 games with the Dolphins, 4 receptions, 26 receiving yards. And now the Bills steal him over from their division rival, the Dolphins. Now, the reason I called him a tight end was because the Dolphins basically moved him to the tight end position, which, I mean, he has the size, and for how tall he is, 6'4", 238 pounds, 6'4". He has the size, definitely, to be a tight end, but he's a wide receiver. So the Dolphins moved him to that tight end position. I don't see the Bills doing that, to be honest. They have Dawson Knox. They have the rookie Dalton Kincaid. That is Josh Allen's favorite target, and he also loves Dawson Knox. Chase Claypool will be cut from the roster if they move into the tight end position. The wide receiver position makes more sense because they need a wide receiver more than they need a tight end. I don't see Chase Claypool coming in being a starter unless he plays really good, because look at the guys you have over him on the current roster. Khalil Shakir, another guy who Josh Allen really loves to throw the ball to, a guy who had a great season this past year with the Buffalo Bills. You also have the guy you drafted. I necessarily basically first round, but it was the first pick in the second round. Was honestly, to be honest, with the second round draft picks, the first 5 to 10 guys that get drafted in the second round, the first 5 to 10 guys that get drafted in the second round of the NFL draft are guys that are capable of being first round picks and could be talented like first round picks are. So, you drafted Keon Coleman. You signed Curtis Samuel. He was great for the Washington Commanders in the last couple of seasons. So you have Samuel, you have Shakir, and you have Keon Coleman. I don't see Claypool with the terrible season he just had with Miami and Chicago jumping over any of those guys. But at the same time, I don't see anybody on this Bills roster, going over Chase Claypool that is not named Keon, Khalil, or Curtis. So I don't see anybody on this Bulls roster going over Bills roster going over him. So I mean, maybe Mac Hollins. He's a guy who has been good the last couple years in Atlanta and Las Vegas. Maybe he is over Chase Claypool on the depth chart potentially. But if Chase Claypool can play the way he has in the past, I'm guaranteeing this. Chase Claypool was great in 2023. Chase Claypool was terrible in 2023, but he's been solid in the past before. Before that with Pittsburgh in 3 seasons, he had 2,044 receiving yards, 12 touchdowns in 3 seasons, playing 39 games. He played 16 games in his rookie season, had 873 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. 2021 in Pittsburgh, he had 860 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in 15 games. It was great in his first 2 years. And then 2022, not so much in 15 games. He was expected to be that number 1 guy. He only had 451 receiving yards. So, that was not a good year for him in 2022 compared to what he was before. So that's one thing. And then 2023, we know what happened in 2023 with Chase Claypool. I'm not going to say Chase Claypool is going to become what he was in his first 2 years in Pittsburgh and be that good. But Chase Claypool, I think, will be a whole lot better than he was this past season. I mean, I could see him being 3-4 times better than he was this past season. I would think Chase Claypool is not going to be he's not going to get, just because he's the wide receiver 4, I don't see him getting as many 400, 500 yards. But I could see him being in the area of 200 to 400 receiving yards for this Buffalo Bills team. You never know who might go down. And also one of the guys that I have over him in the depth chart is a rookie. So that rookie might not play good. So, there is a chance, and I think it's good to have a guy is capable of playing good at that wide receiver position as a depth guy in the roster. So you have good depth on this team. You really do. At the wide receiver position. Look, you don't have any elite guys anymore like Stephon Diggs or Gabe Davis, but you have really good really good depth. I mean, you have Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, Chase Claypool, Mac Hollins, other guys on this roster. This is a great wide receiver group. If you look at the length of talent, it's there's not one or two guys anymore who are great. Or, who are going to carry this team. But I think this is going to be a good individual wide receiver core. And then you have two amazing tight ends in Dawson Knox and the rookie Dalton Kincaid. So this is going to be a good wide receiver core, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.